Mental Training 101. And now back to Get Warrior Tough with Andrew and Dutch.
All right, we're putting the toughness back in mental toughness. It's been one of those weeks, Dutch, hasn't it?
Yeah,
I've been pretty tough on the clients this week, baby.
Hey, look, it's for their own good. It's for our own good. It keeps us in line with what we preach. We can't preach that we're going to affect change. We're going to change people's lives. We're going to do all these different things, and then not do what it takes on our end.
Yeah.
Yes, we have to hold you accountable. If we're saying we're going to do all these things,
that's what you hired us to do.
Yeah, we have to hold you accountable, and I mean, otherwise we're gonna save ourselves some embarrassment if you don't reach those goals. If the things that we say are going to happen don't happen, so we have to be that way.
Yeah, I mean, I hate it. Actually, I don't. I love it, but that's a factor. All right, so listen, Dutch is at the Dutch Coleman on the Twitter. I'm at Warrior Tough PhD. The website's getwarriortough.com. We're having a great show tonight, Dutch, on this fact and truth stuff. I'm enjoying it. It's just so helpful, man. It really does help you in life and navigate the minefield of interpersonal relationships and communication, dealing with coworkers, dealing with the boss, dealing with spouses, dealing with your kids, the neighbors. If there's people involved, facts and truth are involved.
It raises the level of everything. Because, when you come to me and we have a conversation, whether it's personal, whether it's work, whatever, you have to come correct. You have to come with facts. You have to come with information. I'm not going to let you get away with nonsense. And it's going to make you raise your level of game, so to speak. You know that you have to bring it. And if you can infect a whole organization that way, then the organization is going to rise with that tide, right? I mean, if everyone is focused on what's factual in that truth, think of all the gossip that goes away. Think about all the anecdotal stuff that bogs you down because no one really knows if it's real or not. All that stuff goes out the window because everybody's operating with facts. Every discussion is fact-based. And we don't mean you can't have a good time and not be fact, but when it's most important, when you're trying to be most productive, when you're trying to get things done, facts are what's needed.
Well, and even if as humans we speak in truths, once you know what's going on, you ask a clarifying question to get the underlying fact. So you already know, like shooting left-handed or shooting right-handed. I immediately picked up on it though, didn't I? I was like, "Oh, wait, man, you were thinking about basketball, weren't you?"
But the other thing that's beautiful is when you have two critical thinkers, two people that understand the difference between truth and fact.
So good.
Then I can allow you certain truths while we're speaking because I know that you understand it as a truth and I understand it as a truth.
Right.
So I give you a pass because we're having a truth-based conversation where it's more relaxed. I know you understand that, but if I'm having a conversation with you and I don't know that you know that, then I have to ask those clarifying questions. We have to be sure that we're on the same page.
Exactly. And I need to speak in facts to somebody who doesn't understand the difference between fact and truth so that I'm not misunderstood.
Yes, and because then you're causing the confusion. If you understand what facts are, you're not sure they do, you're causing that confusion if you don't clarify it.
So let me get back to reading this paragraph, right? So the second step, right, the first one was to acknowledge or recognize. The second step is to acknowledge. So the second step is to acknowledge the facts. Now, I said this takes conscious and deliberate effort and requires objective reality, forsaking our biases and our delusional thinking that accompanies them. Doing this on the front end saves you from embarrassment and often more severe consequences. For example, the facts clearly indicate that President Obama's 2009 inauguration crowd was larger than President Trump's. The facts also indicate that an obscure video had nothing to do with the attacks in Benghazi. The facts indicate that there was no yellow cake purchase and that sexual relations were had. As humans, we seem to have an extremely difficult time with this step, especially when we have a personal, emotional investment. When you're invested, when you're invested in something, you will, again, if like, hey, Jawan, I love you, man, but if you're invested in your position, which you are because you staked out your position that the West was higher, you don't care what, you're going to go with alternate facts that prove your position. And that's what the human machine does.
And you know, the key, again, is not judgment, but understanding. Because I don't get angry.
Right.
with Jawan. It's more of a fun conversation where we're going back and forth because I understand exactly what's going on because it's the human machine. There's nothing wrong with him. Again,
well, let's take it away from Jawan. Let me just say this. I'm not angry that President Obama's inauguration crowd was bigger than President Trump's. And I'm also not mad at President Trump because he wanted to have a bigger crowd. Okay, I get it. And he wants the photos framed a certain way. I ain't mad at either of them because that's how the machine works. I'm not mad at President Obama and Secretary Clinton for using the video as part of their narrative because that's how the human machine works. I don't judge them because I know I do the same exact thing. I'm not mad at the Bush administration for the yellow cake thing and Colin Powell, who went to the UN with that. I'm not mad at Bill Clinton, for I am mad, right? Because the human machine is always going to obfuscate and find alternate facts because if you have a personal, emotional investment, no one likes to be embarrassed. You're going to do whatever it takes to avoid that pain. Why are you laughing, man?
Yes, I'm not mad.
I ain't mad at him, man. I'm not. I mean, and you could take it all the way back to Nixon, and it's always the cover up. This is what the cover ups were, whatever. So
see, my guys, when I say Clinton, I ain't mad at you, that means something different. Hey man, I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
That means something different. So that's the fist pound in some cultures. So you got to be careful.
I don't even know what any of that is, Dutch.
Yes, you
There's got to be like
some that listening, they get it.
Pause and giggity. Okay, I don't know. I ain't mad at you. Giggity.
There's
pause.
some out there listening that are going, yeah, Clinton, I ain't mad at you either. But you don't mean it that way.
I don't mean it that way. Pause, giggity, whichever one. I don't even know what they are. I just know that there's words that Dutch, they're out there. Anyway, finally, and those are pause and giggity are also truths. I'm just saying. Is that a fact?
That's a fact.
Pause and giggity are truths. All right. Finally, we must evaluate the facts. Humans do this naturally, and this is where we create our truths. Unfortunately, the default evaluation of facts tends to be the lower truths instead of higher truths. Now, listen, we are short on time, so I'm just going to use this. I'm going to go off script here for real quick, though, but I'm going to use the example of the Wright brothers and the airplane. When they were building the airplane, people told them that if humans were meant to fly, we would have been built with wings, but we're not. Mm-hmm. And there was a fact that kept us on the ground, and that fact was the law of what, Dutch?
Gravity.
Gravity is a fact. It can't be changed. It can't be altered. But what they did is they went and they looked at that fact of gravity, and it led them to a higher truth. And the higher truth is that we will one day fly. We can fly. If I know it's impossible for us to beat gravity, but if it were possible, how would we do it? That's the question that they asked themselves. How would we do it? And what it did is it led to that higher truth of we will fly, led to the discovery of a higher fact. And that higher fact that they discovered was the fact of lift and thrust. And that is how the planes take off, because they tapped into a higher fact. And when you evaluate facts and go to the lower truth, it's only causing you depression and anxiety and anger and frustration. Instead, I challenge you, and you can do this, I challenge you to create new and higher truths by changing your attitude, changing your perception, changing your level of awareness. And this will put you on the path to confidence and fulfillment and happiness and the discovery of higher facts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, facts are your friends. Facts are going to either help you become stronger in something you already believe in, because you can vet it and find out that factually you were correct in your beliefs, or the facts can help you find out that you were wrong, and now you're no longer in potential danger because you were believing something that wasn't a fact. So either way, you win. You have to take the emotions out of it. You have to take your delusional thinking out of it. Your investment, your emotional investment. Take that stuff out of it, and take the facts for what they are, because the facts can save your life, and that's what it can advance your life, and it can advance the relationship, it can advance the conversation. this is how you have to view facts and not be afraid to seek facts. Don't be afraid of the facts. Because a lot of people, they don't want to do the research. They don't want to find out what really, they want to be comfortable in what they already believe. They don't want it challenged because they're comfortable over here living that way and not knowing what the facts are.
Right. And I'll say this, that for the good of yourself, the good of your loved ones, and the good of your neighbors, and the good of this country, RELAX, do your own thought process, determine facts from truth, and build a higher truth. And let's stop all the furor and the chaos and the craziness, because that's what it is. It's just unhinged craziness. And just relax and take control of your own thought processes.
Absolutely. There's no question about that. The facts, the facts allow you to operate without, I won't say any surprises, without near the surprises that a person that's operating in truths only can potentially face, right? I mean, you're subject to so many things.
I look at it like a roller coaster. I like it, instead of being on this up and down roller coaster with the truth, you're like flattening the hills. So you're squeezing it, so you're more stable. So it's not that you don't have highs and lows, but it's in a smaller track, a smaller band. So you don't have these giant highs, these great peaks, and these great valleys. You're smoothing it out. So instead of straightening the curves, if you were on a road, you're straightening the humps on a roller coaster, and it's an even ride.
Right. That's a great way. That's a great way to draw it. Because I mean, there are people out there that don't want to know the facts. They absolutely in the fear, because they already have a fear that they're wrong, and they don't want it confirmed. How silly is that? They do not want it confirmed that they are wrong, so they will stay away from research. They'll stay away from any data that's gonna
guys my
prove
age
what
will
they
stay away
feel.
from the doctor.
Yeah,
afraid to go to the doctor because I got to pay. Well, I'd rather not even know. I'd rather just guess what my blood sugar is than actually find out and then not be able to eat Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, and these are real things. I mean, we may touch on something that is speaking to you directly out there, and it'll confirm what we're saying. This is real. This fact and truth thing can change your life. It can advance your life, and it can advance the lives of others. It can advance different aspects of your life. So you really have to explore this and make sure you have an understanding of it. Again, the first step was recognition. Let's get there. If for anything tonight, let's think about that, and let's get to the recognition standpoint of knowing what. And I know we only got a minute left, but knowing the difference between facts and truths first. Let's get there. You can reach out to us if you need help going to the next steps.
Yeah.
But let's get there first.
Right. And I would even encourage you to get in touch with. This is that important. This is that life changing. It's that transformational. It's that game changing. Go to the website, get the CEO of You seminar. No kidding. I mean, it will change everything. I mean, not you and I, we do this all the time when we're on the podium, right? We'll tell them at the beginning, this is a monumental training. Today is a game changer. It will transform your life. And 25 minutes later, they're all like, what? 25 minutes later, I ask them, did I fulfill that promise already? We're into 25 minutes of a 2-day training because we just come across fact and truth and without fail. Yup. Game changer. Yup. Mm-hmm. Game changer. www.getwarriortough.com. Facts and truth. Dutch, is the hour gone?
It is gone.
Wow, that was good stuff. Well, I love you, buddy. I'll see you next week.
Amen.